Hello, everybody, and welcome to Let's Play Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. Xenoblade Chronicles is a game from Monolith Soft, which was the company of Tetsuya Takahashi, who is known for other games with the Xeno prefix, like Xenogears and Xenosaga. This is the first one he did after his company was bought out by Nintendo. And it's also probably his best work. This game was originally released on the Wii in 2010, was ported to the new 3DS 5 years later, and in both cases was basically punching well above its weight class, because this game is very massive and defies expectations for what you would expect out of both of those systems. And now it's been ported to Switch. So, because this is a very, very big and long game, I'm joined by a couple of people for this journey. So why don't you guys introduce yourselves?
Hello, I'm 9Gear Crow. I've done quite a couple of projects with Argate so far, and basically, aside from Argate and maybe Artix, I'm probably the closest thing to an expert that this commentary team has on this game. Here's how into this game that I was. I imported the damn thing from Europe back when it was looking like we weren't even going to get a North American release for the original Wii version. So, I've played it, I've beaten it, I absolutely love it, and basically my take on this one is, out of all the games that he's taken a crack at, this is kind of the one game that Tetsuya Takahashi got right. And I say that as a big fan of Xenogears too, so that's where I stand on this project.
I'm Artix. The LP police is coming by. We'll let them go by before I continue. They're cracking down on you, Argate. They know where this project's going.
Oh no.
Anyway, so I have now bought this game 4 times, and I have yet to get more than about past the halfway point. So I am decidedly not an expert on this game. I enjoy it, but I definitely like Xenoblade 2 a lot better. And all I can say is that, it's very good. It's just, I don't know, it never came around at a good time for me to sit down and sink 100 hours into it. So,
And I'm here, shackled to my computer, hoping that someday I'll get free of this nightmare hellscape that is LP World. Chaos says this is revenge for Devil's Third, and somehow that was his project, so I don't know how this works. But I'm along for the ride.
Yeah, I don't know where the key went, so you're stuck here, Jabbo.
Damn it.
So yeah, there's the full spectrum of familiarity with this game. You've got the guy who's LPing it, the guy who knows basically everything about it, the guy who got halfway through it, and basically the brand new guy who's here under protest.
He's gonna be here for a long time.
Long ago, the world was nothing more than an endless sea, cloaked in a boundless sky, reaching as far as could possibly be imagined. Then 2 great titans came into existence. The Bionis and the Mechonis. The Titans were locked in a timeless battle. Until at last, only their lifeless corpses remained. Eons have passed. Now, our world, this vast land stretching across the remains of the Bionis, is under attack from a relentless force known as the Mechon.
Retreat! Retreat! Get away from me! Retreat! No retreat! The Mecho's unknown! No! No!
They're advancing down our weak right flank. For a bunch of soulless machines, they seem to know a thing or two. But we'll see.
Young man, we've been given the order to retreat. We're pulling back the line to Colony 6. That's where we'll set up the last line of defense.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Any more time spent hanging around here, and we're done for.
Count me in. We gotta get out of here.
Or we can stay and fight.
What?
We may die if we take a stand here, but staying gives us the chance to change our destinies. We have the Monado. With this, the future is ours for the taking.
Stupid beast. Your body can't take any more of the Monado. I can tell by just looking at you.
Getting short-sighted in your old age, Dixon. I'm fine. Don't worry, I'm still in control.
I should have known I couldn't talk sense into a beast. Let's do this. I'm going with you. You'll need someone to drag your corpse on.
As long as you think you've still got the strength in you, old man.
Oi, you two! We've been ordered to pull back. I'm leaving!
Well, I say you're coming with us. What would we do without those?
The enemy's second wave is approaching! It's now or never, Dunban. Let's show them what we've got. We'll give them a warm Hom's welcome.
Acknowledged.
Yeah! Ha! What are they trying to prove? I'm not throwing my life away. No point dying in some godforsaken field. Nothing for it. I'll have to use Dunban as a decoy. Yeah, that should give me time to escape.
Now, it's a plastic lightsaber that also mysteriously destroys robots, and only robots.
Yes. So, it's time to explain the battles. Battles in Xenoblade work kind of like MMOs, where everyone just kind of attacks by themselves as you're, just kind of standing around. And your skills are activated. You can use skills basically whenever, just as long, in between uses, there's a little cooldown. We're currently facing off against enemies known as the Mechon, which are, robots. And the only thing that can hurt them by default is the Monado, Dunban's blade. So right now I'm casting Monado Enchant so that my party can also attack them. Dunban's other art is Monado Buster, which is just really big damage and effective damage against the Mechon as well.
Yeah, the only and little annoying part about the battles on the demo is the fact that you've got to keep casting Monado Enchant for like every wave of Mechon that show up. Like, it doesn't really last all that long, especially like even in normal battles too.
Actually, it lasts a pretty decent amount of time. Like bare minimum, you get like 50 seconds out of it.
Yeah, but like when you get to like, especially mid and like late game Mechon, like unless you take them out really fast, like it does kind of get a little bit repetitive in that sentence where you have to keep casting it.
fair, but there are other options by that point. In any case, yeah, this guy's the last one.
You've gotta be kidding!
It's their main force. Looks like the Mechon are hell-bent on taking us out. They'll have to be if they want to beat us. Now, let's even the odds a bit. You heard him. Dixon, Munka, let's do this.
Dumban!
I ain't going down that easily.
Dumban! You alright?
What does it look like? I'm still good to go.
Guess even a hero's gotta reach his limit eventually.
Munka! What are you doing? That way is...
Sorry, brothers. Hate to drop this on you, but it's the Monado they're after. So have fun keeping them occupied for me. I'm getting the hell out of here.
Munka! You dirty...
Now, don't worry. I'll organize your funerals. Well, see you, boys.
Wait! Huh? If this is a joke, it ain't funny. Looks like this is it. At least we know our luck can't get any worse from here. Dumban? Dixon, take care of the survivors. Dumban, what are you playing at?
Those idiots. I'll just come and get the Monado when everything's quieted down a bit. That thing's gonna be mine! Oh no, please! No!
Vile Mechon. If you think the Homs, the people of Bionis, are just waiting here for you to pick us off, you are sorely mistaken.
A Mechon M71. I bet I can use its optical system to align one of the anti-air batteries. Oh, no good. It's broken. The joint section. It's buckled. It's completely useless. Ugh. Huh? An M69! Its armor would be perfect for making a shield. If I can just get it off, I should be able to... Shulk! Rhine! It's not a Mechon. It's just a Crabble. It was using the Mechon armor as a shell.
I'll lure it away and topple it. When it's down, use your arts to finish it off.
Curious though, I don't know how this version of Reinhardt's gonna do with a hammer down.
he'll be fine. So now we're introduced to the actual main character of the game, Shulk. Just kind of a scrawny, nerdy guy scavenging for parts he can use to make shit with. And his best friend Ryan, who is a soldier in the defense force of their home of Colony 9. The game is just trying to teach you how to play itself, I guess.
Yeah, there's kind of a lot of Final Fantasy XII in the battle system where it's like normal attacks are basically auto-execute, and really all you gotta do is just, again, manage like all the interlocking bullshit and special attacks that make up literally 99.9% of the rest of the battle system.
Right. So to expand on what Ryan was asking Shulk to do before the fight started, Shulk's special art, his talent art, as you will, is Turn Strike, which inflicts break on an enemy. Once an enemy has break inflicted, they can then be toppled, which knocks them down for like 3 seconds. At which point they can't dodge and they can't do anything. So it's generally just very advantageous to, break and topple whenever you can.
It's another system that would be substantially expanded on in Xenoblade 2.
Yeah.
Arguably a bit too much, but
Thanks, Ryan. That was a close one.
Man, what were you doing wandering off by yourself? Stay where I can keep an eye on you. It's pretty dangerous outside of the colony. There are all kinds of monsters.
Yeah. But thanks to you, we got its shell. Everyone in the colony is going to be really happy.
I'm more worried about you than the shell. Oh, whatever. Knowing what you're like, at least you'll make a decent weapon out of it. This scrap driver's excellent.
I just learned by watching Dixon make weapons.
Of course, Dunban's weapon still beats them all.
The Monado. I hope I can figure out the secret of his power one day.
You will, Shulk. Anyway, we better get back to the colony. If I'm late for drills again, old Square Tash is gonna kill me.
Square Tash? Oh, the Defense Force Colonel. He's pretty scary.
Tell me about it.
Sorry, I didn't mean for you to come all the way out here during your break.
Don't worry about it. Let's get back.
Alright, so, yeah, we should probably get back to town before Ryan really gets it. Although, nothing says we can't stop and smell the roses on the way.
Yeah, because, like, one of the funnier parts about that whole setup is, like, all the, again, post-Namco Xeno games is, like, Xenoblade kind of started the, like, sort of semi-real-time world map where, like, you can go, like, have, like, full day-night cycles, so, like, yeah, you could just, let's sit around here pissing around till, like, literally, like, midnight and then go back into town. And the game...
Also, I just want to say, Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition introduces a new system called Expert Mode, which lets you manually distribute experience points so that you're not horrifically overleveled if you are the type to explore and do everything. This is a system that was backported from Xenoblade 2, and it makes things it makes the game a little more pleasant to go through. Like, you're not horribly overleveled, you're hopefully not underleveled, that kind of thing.
Yeah, it sounds like it's way better for user friendliness.
Yeah. It's weird that it's called Expert Mode, but...
Yeah, this game has the problem of, where levels in general are really, really heavily weighted in the combat calculations. So, like, the difference between being, like, 2 levels above something and 5 levels above something is, like, to the point where you're basically invincible. So...
Yeah, you could actually see that in the prologue battles, where Mumkar couldn't even do anything to the that last enemy because he was, like, 8 levels below it. Anyway, I picked up some armor from that fight. So I'm just showing off the equipment menu. You can wear whatever you want on your characters, and that will reflect on their models. But if you don't like how certain pieces of armor look, you can just assign them the look of a different piece of armor instead. Which, thank fuck for that, because some of the armor pieces don't look especially great.
Coward. I played Xenoblade X, and you're a coward.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there are some mid and late game choices that they're really interesting.
And by interesting, we mean they look absolutely horrific. But if you're not just walking around with, like, terribly mismatched armor that's got, like, a purple arm piece and, like, a bright orange chest armor, then, frankly, I think you're playing this game wrong.
The good old World of Warcraft days.
Yeah, basically.
Or Guild Wars.
This is the Collectopedia. Those blue orbs you get are little collectibles you can find all over the map, and you get rewards for filling out an area's flora and fauna in your book.
I'm feeling it. Bring it on.
This is also horrifically bullshit, because good fucking luck finding that last thing that you need to fill out the page.
Yeah, it kind of sucks a lot of the time. I do want to mention that something new they added to Definitive Edition. You may have noticed a little exclamation point on Shulk's red art, / that highlights whenever he's behind the enemy. They made it very plainly obvious when your arts get a bonus modifier going.
Huh.
So now I can tell very easily when to use my new art, Slit Edge, which gets a bonus when used from the side.
Let's not lose our heads, though.
It can be kind of weird to figure out positioning on, you know, a 480p or a 240p screen.
Yeah, that was definitely one thing that I appreciated about the original game was they tried their damnedest to like idiot-proof it as much as they could and make it like incredibly user-friendly. So I'm quite heartened to see that they've taken that to the next logical step in the remake as well.
We can definitely do this.
I also want to say to charge up Shulk's talent art, he basically just has to keep getting auto attacks off. I believe he only needs to get 5 auto attacks before his turn strike is fully charged and ready to use. And that's basically the main difference between a talent art and the other arts. And Shulk's other art that I haven't mentioned is Light Heal. It does exactly what it says.
So you're gonna put up a contest in the thread for best dressed, right?
Yeah.
Show us your creations.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah, no, I'm incredibly disappointed that you didn't keep the helmet on Shulk.
I wasn't a big fan of that headpiece, honestly. There's some headpieces starting from like quarter to like maybe a third of the way in that I like a lot, but I wasn't feeling that helmet.
Here we are. I better stop in at HQ. You off to the weapon development lab?
Yeah, when I've sold any parts I can't use.
All right. See you later.
Alright, so now we're back to just Shulk, and we can basically just go explore Colony 9 for now. We're starting off in the commercial district, which is exactly what you'd expect. There's a shop here, there's a bunch of people you can talk to. And like pretty much any RPG, NPCs will have quests to give you.
This game is kind of infamous for, like, dumping billions of just shitty little go kill 5 bugs for me quests, but it is, to its credit though, it is very good about just automatically completing them when you do.
Right. Also, in every settlement, there are named NPCs who will get added to something called the Affinity Chart as you talk to them and learn more about the town. The Affinity Chart... How do I put this? You know how Majora's Mask was kind of neat because it had like a whole living town with NPCs that just kind of had their own schedules and did their own things? This is the same concept except way bigger.
So better or worse than Judgment?
I'm gonna say better, because Judgment, you know, I mean, it's NPCs just kind of walk around Amrocho, but I don't really get the sense that they're living lives. They're just kind of, you just see them every now and again, you can say hi, maybe they'll step into a fight with you.
Right.
But here, it's like, Marcia's got her own schedule, she hangs out here in the, a commercial district in the daytime.
So it's an Elder Scrolls game, but done well.
I suppose?
That's not a terrible point of comparison.
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty much what I'd compare it to.
So yeah, here's a side quest from Marcia. Her grandsons are fighting, and she wants us to bring her the one she prefers, some biscuits.
The point of comparison that I would make for the Affinity Chart is probably a Trails game. It's got that same kind of everybody has their own little story going on, and as you advance throughout the game, it'll just kind of continue on its own, and there's just a mountain of side text that you can engage with if you want to, but if not, that's okay.
Yeah, like, it's, again, one of those things where, like, Xenoblade X in particular takes it to, like, ridiculous heights with the Affinity Chart, like, even though, like, there's, like, really only one town in the entire game, like, it just balloons to an absolutely stupid scale by the time you're finished with it.
Yeah. Anyway, here's the shop. You can buy equipment, and you can also buy art manuals.
I can't help but notice, but you look a little rich for this part of the game, Argate.
So, Xenoblade Chronicles on Switch has a bonus if you've played, if you have save data for Xenoblade 2, where you get 100,000 gold for free.
Hey.
I mean, I don't think anyone's really complaining, so...
How dare you not have to grind for money at the start of the game? My immersion is ruined. 0 out of 10. Dislike this LP.
Oh, also, you can trade with NPCs, or named NPCs, to get collectibles. You basically have to offer them something of equal or greater value for the shit that they have. It can be helpful for filling out the chart. Anyway, I'm just kind of skipping around because I don't feel the need to show off like every little quest that these guys give out, especially the ones that are like, find 5 bear asses for me. The generic quests like that are kind of the ones you don't really need to give a shit about.
Yeah, for the most part, that's actually, I think, one of its strengths is that while it does give you a billion side quests and most of them are generic MMO garbage, they also just kind of complete themselves in the background, so you don't really need to worry about them.
Yeah, like if someone tells you to go kill 5 Crabbles, you'll probably just do that while you're out exploring, so long as you have the quest. Also, the Affinity Chart has a cool new feature in Definitive Edition where it shows you what each character will trade for on the list.
Nice.
I mean, that's not gonna stop me from like having the Xenoblade Wiki open so I can figure out who has what. But it's nice that it's an in-game resource now too. There's also a smaller Affinity Chart for your party members, so you can see how friendly everyone is with each other. This guy over here is Gem Man. He's very passionate about gems, which are, I guess you could say they're like accessory slots for your armor, or accessories to put in your accessory slots for your armor that provide passive bonuses like extra agility or extra attack.
Yeah, like the thing I compare it to is like Final Fantasy IX's style of like the equipment system there, where like you could just like shove all kinds of shit into your weapons and armor, like almost vaguely like materia, but at the same time not. So
yeah, I was going to compare them to materia, but I don't think that's quite right because materia provides skills, and this is more stats and passive effects.
Again,
anyway,
it's
sorry, you go.
I was gonna say, basically, again, it's the same type of system that like Xenoblade X vaguely runs on. So, again, if you're looking for another point of comparison, there you go.
Anyway, at some point we'll be able to make gems here with Gem Man at his furnace, but for the time being, the furnace is not available.
So do you think this guy's name is actually Gem Man? Like, is that what he had to grow up with?
At some point, he just embraced it and became he runs this stall because he embraced his name so much.
But father, I want to be a doctor when I grow up. No, son, you're Gem Man.
Anyway, to equip a gem, you basically go to a piece of equipment that has an empty slot, like, say, Shulk's junk sword, and you can just slap it on there. You get a little summary of what gem effects you have on the right side there, and, yeah. There's a couple special pieces of equipment that are highlighted in pink and have a pinkish-purple U on them. I think those are called unique pieces of equipment, and those basically have a gem fused to them. So they will always confer a specific effect, but you can't like take that gem and put it somewhere else.
So we're absolutely sure nobody just read his ID wrong. They were like, "Oh, Jim Man, age 26," and someone's like, "Oh, Jim Man, Jim Man."
You see, he's from out of town, so they couldn't quite read it correctly.
That's right.
Alright, so this guy here is an example of an NPC who's going to give you like 1 million generic quests. He has like 5 quests to slay like 5 different species of animals and monsters around town. It's not terribly exciting. Also, if you bring the camera in as close as it'll go, it's basically first-person mode, which is kind of neat. And as we discover landmarks, we get a little bit of experience.
What the hell are you playing at?
Uh-oh. The Colonel's gonna explode.
Crashing the mobile artillery into a house. How long have you been in the Force?
Sorry, sir. It's just that we were trying to go as fast as we could, like you ordered. But it's impossible to get back to the military district in only 40 seconds.
I don't want any excuses. Champions don't whine. They win.
Yes, sir.
You're a disgrace to the uniform. Are you forgetting the shame you brought on this force during joint maneuvers with Colony 6? Stick your back into it, maggots!
Move it! Yes, sir. Get the artillery back to the military district, double time! Then I want 1,000,000 press-ups from both of you, and you better not stop until your biceps explode!
Colonel, we can't move the artillery.
What? You better give a damn good reason why.
Sir, the impact of the crash damaged the ether conduction cable. The ether fuel proceeded to leak out, and now the cylinder is empty.
Well, change the cylinder then! Can't you even do something as simple as that?
The auxiliary cylinders have all been used up. It'll be 3 days until more come in, sir.
I told you to keep a stock of fuel in reserve!
Sorry, sir.
You're nothing but slackers!
Same old Colonel. At this rate, the men will all be dead before they see any action.
Another wonderful Xeno trope of a low-level military commander with a name that starts with Van, who has something comical about his face, who's a huge fucking asshole.
We can go talk to him over here if we want.
Oh god, why would you do that?
He's there. Why not? He doesn't get added to the Affinity Chart, though, which I think is kind of interesting. Also, over here on the right side of the military district, we can see Ryan doing some push-ups. So, I guess he didn't make it back in time. Poor guy.
He deserves it.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part. It may always be Ryan time, but Ryan is never on time.
Alright, so our destination is the research lab just over here. And this little thing is called an Up-On. It's basically the Moogle of the Xenoblade series.
All right, Shulk. How are you?
Dixon! When did you get back to Colony 9?
Just now. I see you've been busy. Looks like your Monado research has been going well. I made the right choice leaving you in charge.
Your research notes really helped.
So, you can activate it now then.
Well, anyone can activate it. The problem is controlling it.
Yeah, for everyone except him.
Yes. If anyone other than Dunban were able to control the Monado, we could surpass any military force in the world.
You think so? What are these hidden functions you mention?
It's still only conjecture, but it's starting to look like the Monado might be something far more significant than just a weapon for defeating Mechon.
I see. And the evidence to support your theory?
It's the symbol that appears in the center when it's activated. What I know is, the central piece is made from multi-layered glass. The symbol appears on the top layer, and each layer is constructed differently.
So it's possible that other symbols could appear on different layers.
Which means?
The Monado might conceal even more power. Am I right?
If we could just unlock the Monado's power.
Dunban! Dunban!
Prioritize the most civilian. Come on, get a move on!
Dunban!
Don't look like that. I haven't gone yet. Shulk.
It was the Monado. It was controlling me. Even so, it saved us. Saved our future. Next, it will be up to you.
Dunban,
Well, I better get the supplies delivered to the defense force. I'll drop round the HQ and see how they're getting on.
Okay then. I'll see you later.
Shulk, you're spending too much time in the lab. Either that or rummaging for junk in the scrapyard. It ain't healthy for a kid your age. That's why you're always looking so pasty. You should get out, get some fresh air once in a while. All right, I'm off.